What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Everyone, thank you for joining another episode of Chevalier. I apologize, it's been a minute since I posted, but I've been working diligently to try to put together the best content for you guys. Doing a lot of research, getting together a lot of information, and for the new year, I'm going to have a brand new set. January 1st, I'm gonna have a brand new layout. I'm gonna have I'm gonna say it, the Kevin Samuel-ish outline, and it's gonna be nice. Gonna be a lot of jealous people, man, because I'm gonna put together something really special. Because I want to put together the best content for the people that really want to see this show grow. So for the purpose of helping people find happy and healthy relationships. I want to put myself in a position where I can help people find love. It's not just during the holiday season, but during all year round. I think one of my first videos a year ago, I spoke about cuffing season 24/7. Because love shouldn't be something that you only want for the holiday season because you wasted an entire year doing nothing. A big reason why I hear a lot of women say I'm single is because I can't find the right man. As if you're the prize or something, as if you're the one to be coveted, like you're Jesus or something. Instead of saying I'm looking for a man that's best fit for me so I can be just as much of a value to him, it's almost like, I'm looking for a man to fit what I'm looking for. He got to fit what I need, which is why so many women are single, modern women are single in the first place, because this ideology of selfishness has put a lot of you guys in a position to make unrealistic expectations. Most men go out into the world and they work abundantly hard because they want to create a life where a woman can be happy, where she can one day have children, if possible, stay at home. But more importantly and realistically, have the opportunity to build a family. Most guys start in middle school trying to get the best grades so they can get to high school, so they can become athletes, so they can become engineers, so they can become intellectuals, get into either a good sports school or MIT-esque, Emory-esque, UGA-esque university, and create the type of education that'll help them get the type of career that's going to springboard them to make the type of money to earn the type of woman they want. Not deserve, but that they want. Because for most men, gaining that possibility of marrying a whatever woman you feel is the most beautiful woman out is not an easy task. This is why I tell many women, most guys start in middle school preparing for that perfect woman, preparing for that wife, preparing for that family. So I would like to think that you would think it's a little unrealistic to expect a man who's been working pretty much his whole life to find a perfect woman who, in hindsight, only cares about what she wants and then just disappears on the fact that once I get what I want, I don't need to be here anymore. I've spoken about previous generations, and men of the early millennials have learned from past generations with this whole taking a woman out, spending all this money on dates, buying flowers, buying candy, and then in return all you get is a peck on the cheek, which I'm perfectly cool with. And then being told, I'm just looking for a friend right now, you're not my type. When in actuality, you knew before you went on that date that guy isn't your type. I remember before I got married, I went on a date with a woman who I was to spend a pretty good amount of money on a Sunday night, knowing I'd go to work Monday, and took her out to dinner and all that. And then at the end of the day, she tells me, well, I'm just looking for a friend. Which really didn't offend me that she wasn't interested. It offended me that she pretty much knew because we had met previously. So she knew before she met me, she wasn't interested. But I guess she wanted a free dinner in the movie, so she figured, hey, let me let this guy pay for it. And then at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell him this. It's almost like she went out of her way to tell me before it ended, so I didn't expect anything from that point on. Which is cool. But I'm just letting you women know why guys just Netflix and chill, or I ain't spending little to nothing. Because the women of yesterday, like our grandmothers who are glorified in our community and of all ethnic communities, our grandmothers didn't accept dates from guys they wasn't attracted to. So if a guy went to your grandmother and say, hey, I would like to get to know you, I want to date you, I want to speak with you, and the woman says no, you probably was upset that you got rejected. But you respected that woman because she didn't waste your time or resources in a situation that she knew she wasn't interested in. If you bought a young lady a gift or something nice, if she wasn't interested, she didn't take it. She didn't accept it because she knew it was wrong, and she respected the fact that you deserve to know up front that she's not interested. So it was customary for guys to understand that if a woman went out on a date with you, she was interested in you. And so men didn't have a problem investing money in dating because it was fruitful. Because you know the only reason she's going out with you is because she's interested in you. But these days, and with modern women, it's more the opposite. It's like, I'll let a guy spend $400 on me for dinner knowing I have no intentions of being with him. Knowing I have no intentions of spending quality time with him. Knowing I have no intentions of kicking it with him. And again, I'm not here to judge the idea that women don't have the right to say no. I'm just saying, say no to a guy up front so he can save his time later. And the biggest issue is that a lot of women say, well, the guys are not honest. Well, women are not honest. Because I can go out here and survey how many guys have taken a woman on a date, have spent a lot of money, have done all these things to show her that he loves and appreciates her, when she knew up front she wasn't interested. When she knew up front she didn't want to be with him. When she knew up front she didn't want to talk to him. She could have easily said, hey, I'm not interested, you're not my type, I got a boyfriend. Whatever answer you want to give a guy. Could have gave it to him. But you chose not to. And in the instance of it, when you chose not to be honest with this guy, you proverbially just made another enemy for all women. Instead of telling the guy, hey, it was nice knowing you, hey, I'm not interested, hey, I really appreciate the opportunity of getting to know you, but it's not going where I thought it was going to go. Letting him know that up front is more like, let's see where it goes. I don't really know what I'm looking for. I'm just looking to see how things go, how things happen. Okay, well, if you don't take dating seriously, how do you expect men to take dating seriously? Would you go into a job interview and they say, hey, what's your goal of being here? You say, well, I'm just hoping this, I'm just here, just trying to see what happens. I'm just trying to see where it goes. That's cool. But at the end of the day, don't get mad when that employer, when that company decides to move on from it. Because essentially, you're wasting everybody's time who's at that company. Everybody's time who's at that institution. And I always said it was unfair when a woman doesn't tell a guy up front she's not interested, whether it's online, whether it's in person, whether it's through a telegram. Let a man know you're not interested, and if he decides to continue to pursue, then cool. But if not, at least he had the chance to know. Cuffing season 24/7, setting real expectations for a relationship. The best way for a woman to set real expectations for a relationship is to let men know up front, day 1 minute, 1 second, they're not interested. If you don't see yourself spending quality time with this guy up front, I'm not saying you should, ladies. I'm not saying a woman should spend quality time with a man up front, but if you don't see it happening within the first 3 dates, please let him be. Please let him go. Please let him be to himself so he can find the type of happiness he's looking for. Because sadly and too often, women have these huge expectations when they're bringing nothing to a relationship and then expect a man to give his everything. Give his everything. In a situation where he doesn't have the option of nothing. I always found that kind of hurtful. You know what I'm saying? Like personally, I always found that hurtful because a lot of women don't care how they treat men because they're not the ones that's losing anything in that predicament. And I'm not saying women don't get put in bad situations, but I try to explain, especially to so many of my clients, why women meet these guys who just want sex, and as soon as they get the sex, they disappear. Because guys have spent generations going through this whole moniker of I like you, I want to be with you, I want to spend time with you, but then in the end, nothing happens. Or it's like let me help you pay bills. Let me help you, get something nice. Let me take you out to a nice place to eat. Let me take you out to a nice restaurant. Then the guy does this, and then at the end, a woman says she's not interested. But she knew that up front. And so at the end of the day, again, this is about setting real expectations for the holiday season. Treat men the way you want men to treat you. Bring to the table what you expect a man to bring you. Give to a man what you want a man to give you. I always tell women the realistic expectation of dating is bring to the man what you expect the man to bring to you. Once you do that and you hold him accountable, finding love becomes the easiest thing you've ever done. So, appreciate you all. I know this video ran a little bit longer, but I had to express myself. So, until next time, peace. We are gone.